Welcome to Cody in the Cinema. Today I'm sharing with you my first July half-off Criterion Sale Haul, starting with To Die For with Nicole Kidman, in which I've never seen this, the all-American obsession with celebrity turns monstrous. Because in this career breakthrough performance, Nicole Kidman is a weather reporter who is murderous at heart. In fact, I'm trying not to spoil anything for myself here yet, but the very, cover of the booklet has newspaper stuff to suggest she's a murderer or someone else is. Matt Dillon's in this, Joaquin Phoenix, a few others. Looks like really good. Oh, David Cronenberg's in this. He didn't direct this. Gus Van Sant did. But interesting that David Cronenberg's in here. So I might have picked up a Cronenberg film in this sale. But I also picked up, for those of you who are fans of Kevin Smith, I did recently pick up a super cheap copy of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, the DVD collector's version. And I remember Gus Van Sant makes a cameo in that film, right? He gets made fun of. I think so. How do you like them apples? That movie, Anyway, moving on to more interesting stuff. Scanners by David Cronenberg. I've been wanting this for a long time and just haven't found it. This is a really sweet cover. One of my favorite covers in the whole collection. This is kind of a digipack here. And it has this dude with a nosebleed on the back. Worms or green goo or something. I've also not seen Scanners, but I do like David Cronenberg quite a bit, what I have seen of him. So this is about telepathy, gone wrong perhaps, science fiction. I don't know much about Scanners. Just that it's been on my watch list and own list for a while. So if you all know anything about Scanners, let me know. I'll probably watch that one sooner than later. In general, in this sale, I try to focus on newer things. Newer for me means 1980 or on. But I did pick up something from the 60s, which is a film that looks extraordinary to me. And I've seen this recommended from various sources, including Letterboxd, but this is called Nothing But a Man. 1964. Apparently Malcolm X was a fan of this. And it's about a black railroad worker who faces daily challenges, including, economic hardship and discrimination. And his wife in this is played by a jazz musician, Abby Lincoln. And he's looking for, I think, his father as well. It has a booklet inside of it. Really cool. Glad to see this in my collection. I think I thought this was a different movie because I've scanned by it a few times, but it's been on my list forever. So if you all have seen Nothing But a Man, let me know. I'm really looking forward to that one. Really looking forward to that one. I've wanted a copy of this for a long time, and the only thing I had was, I think, a broken DVD of it. Silence of the Lambs. I'd never actually picked up a boutique release of this. I know that there are all kinds of different versions. I just kind of default to the Criterion when I can, just because that's sort of my main piece of my collection. And if you've never seen this movie, you should. It's great. Sir Anthony Hopkins plays Hannibal Lecter, a serial killer, formerly a mental health professional. And he's working with FBI trainee Clarice Starling, played by Jodie Foster from Taxi Driver. Real good, suspenseful thriller. And Hopkins did not have a lot of screen time, but he really magnifies what he did have. The last thing I watched with him, I think, was Remains of the Day, which is a terrific film. I have the Twilight Time, I think that's what it's called, release of that. I'm looking at it right over there in my collection. Yeah, Remains of the Day, great film. But Silence of the Lambs, I did not have a boutique copy of that, and I believe this comes with a booklet as well. These had really good supplemental materials, but just a nice little booklet there, huh? Looking forward to reading through that, because I haven't done that with that film. As many times as I've seen The Silence of the Lambs, never picked up a boutique copy until now. So maybe I'll get a watch of that in sooner than later. All right, one more I picked up. It's a blind buy. Before I show you the two things I got for thrifting, I picked up Evil Does Not Exist. Evil Does Not Exist. Ryosuke Hamaguchi, he directed Drive My Car. And I really, really like Drive My Car. And this is I've seen a scene or two of this, but it's about a secluded snowy mountain village, and these corporate reps come in to try to mess with it in one way or another. It sounds like there's something to do with glamping. I've tried that a few times. It's never worked out for me. Yeah, I mean, even the cover of this looks sweet. I love this film. Like, not this, Drive My Car really blew me away, and so I'm hoping that this film will match up somewhat to that. And like I said, I haven't seen it, but there were two other things I got that aren't Criterion that I wanted to show you real quick. I was able to, at my thrift store, finally found a copy of Easter Parade on Blu-ray, and if you've followed any of my content, I did a little video where I showed that I was able to get a little like plate, like a decorative plate from that same thrift store. But someone must like this movie because they gave this away too, or maybe like, you know, someone knows me and is playing a joke on me. I don't know. But Fred Astaire, Judy Garland, in their only on-screen performance, and they are terrific. There's a love story. It has to do with Easter. Just think of it as like Judy Garland and Fred Astaire together. Kind of an older Blu-ray, but I'm really happy to have it. And also, this isn't a movie, but I thought I'd show you all because it was a cool pickup. The Hobbit. I got The Hobbit for $2. The hard case, hardback cover. The really pretty one. I don't know if Barnes & Noble or who put this out, but I've been wanting this for a while, and every time I've looked at it, it's been a lot of money, but it's got some pictures in it. I watched this movie, I think I was in like the 7th or 8th grade. Not watch this movie. I read the book when I was in like 7th or 8th grade at Virginia Beach. I'm wanting to say is where I read it. And it's just, you know, I really like the book, but I hadn't been able to find a cool cover, cool style, cool edition, as you will. So, yeah, good pickups there all the way around. And let me know any of your thoughts about any of those. The only one I've seen, well, I've seen Easter Parade, but out of the Criterions, the only one I've seen is The Silence of the Lambs. And obviously I've seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back like 5 times because, you know, which I talked about. But yeah, if you like the content and want to give it a thumbs up, that'll help grow the channel. Let me know what you're collecting in the comments. Like, I'm going to buy these films from the Criterion for the sale. And I know if you're like me, you buy 1 or 2 more than you meant to, but anyway, subscribe if you haven't. I cover lots of Criterion-related content on here. We'll see you next time on Cody in the Cinema.